because you purge off the charges. Get too much damage.
Yeah, if he dives on you.
Yeah, so I think that's what I should try to do.
I'm going TNC. I think TNC have it. We're gonna go against the mold. You know,
I mean, he's just
first time breaking the mold.
He's just doing it because he wants to be a rebel, you know?
Yeah, he's just rebelling. This is God's rebellious
We've been agreeing for too long, Black. We just went together on 4 VP predictions in a row.
Yeah, honestly, Black, on the way over here, you could not agree with anyone on anything. In the bus ride over, you found a way to argue about absolutely everything.
Because they disagree with me.
You were just straight up making shit up. You spent a good 10 minutes just retelling history. Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
So make up who's going to win this game too.
I mean, I could literally just say TNC just to mock him, but I'm going to go with logic. I'm going VP.
There we go. For the first time, we have a disagreement on the desk. I do also want to give a major shout out to our biggest partner here on the desk, in SAP. Thank you for being the official analytics partner of the desk. But now, ready to jump into it. For the first time, we have our analysts not in agreement, but we're going to get to hear what the casters say as we jump into the action.
You know, it's really nice when the panel doesn't agree. Controversy stems great discussion, unless Black's involved.
Black to discuss. I don't know what black is to discussion. It's sort of like a it's like the mute button on your remote. But it said it's on your brain.
With Black, it's just like I've changed different language on my remote. Hang on, this makes no sense to me. I don't speak this language of his. Yeah. It's not even German. It's whatever. It's just unique to him. Anyway, drafting phase from TNC looks to be everything you probably expect from them. With the Magnus Bat Rider, as Dodds was pointing out. Another signature offlaner for TNC. Do you like how the Timbersaw finishes up their lineup?
I do. I think it's a really, really hard counter to Timber and Tide. And
Terra?
Wow. Tide and Terrorblade, yeah. I don't know how I feel about this Bat Rider, though. Tidehunter is traditionally like the hard counter to Bat, because you kind of just waddle in, and even if you get lassoed, you're going to cleanse
boy. Ninja Boogie is in a world of absolute hurt. Couldn't walk away.
Lich Tusk.
Yeah, it's a real combination.
Oh, look at the mag. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to do some fancy skewer play onto the high ground, but it's actually on cooldown. I think Tim's is just going to pull this creep wave. Yeah. You know, now that teams are aggro tri-laning instead of the safe lane, you know, you got to switch up where you actually pull those creeps. Yep. Or you're going to run mid. No comment. I don't know.
Oh, well, we saw it during the minor, right? It was pulling creep waves off the side lane and dragging them in towards the mid lane so that your mid core would actually be like a full level above the other mid. It was something ridiculously stupid like that. This is going to be a hard lane for the PA.
Yeah, for sure.
With the removal of PMS, which was not normally made this mid lane a lot more possible. She's got that basic stout shield to go up against no one spam with Nether Blast.
And no one did a really good job as well of ensuring he hit those Nether Blasts to start the laning phase. If you're going to win this matchup hard as a Pugna, you've got to heavily harass before PA has the ability to trade with you, like level 3, level 4. Look at this mag coming middle. They're actually just going in.
They're going to skewer him a long way back, though. Able to do so. This will give it a little bit more time for PA to have another Stifling Dagger. No one. A quick Fairy Fire. Doesn't have any stick charges available, and he'll actually get... No, we won't. You've got the Phantom Strike available for Gabby. They add the pressure while up on top lane. Ninja Boogie, the same combination as before. It's just this full-on run. Solo does have the sticky napalm on him, but he'll salve up. TP's going to arrive from Tim's. He's still only level 1. Skewer will come off cooldown a second time. Doesn't want to push the Lich too far away, because that's what the sticky napalm's for. Keep the slow up and then let the beat down come. Ramses. Okay, now the skewer will come, but stick charges from Lich. Give him the life back again. Roger, he's low himself, and a double creep wave of the dire sign will still not dissuade Virtus Pro from coming in underneath the tower. A third TP's in as Ninja Boogie returning to the lane. It looks like Solo should die unless Ramses wants to take the aggro of the creep wave. He's been able to do so.
But
this is just like, they're just kiting out the aggro so well, Virtus Pro.
Yeah, and they ensured that multiple creep waves actually died to that top tower. They're going to get XP off this one, but they lost a full wave of XP on the dire side. Maybe just the 2 creeps. Didn't see exactly how far away they were, but...
Skewering back Roger. This is nice for TNC. No Poison Touch leveled up, however. He went for Shadow Wave instead. Solo will deny himself up to the tier 2 tower. Could have done it to the neutrals, but did it to the tower instead.
It's a real curious game this far. I like the last pick, Pugna, just because they have now some sort of peel for the PA. I think the key hero in this game has got to be the Armel Timber. One of my favorites to watch on this hero. And if he goes off much like no one did in the previous series.
They're snowballing forward with 3. All they got to do is turn on the Frost Shield, and the Batrider has no way to escape. Ramses even secures the last hit. Well, then they move towards the mid lane as Tim's they wait for the slow from the Phantom Assassin Stifling Dagger. Tim's got to get in front of no one and away from that Invis rune. It skewers him over, but no one picks it up while he's being skewered. That's not part of probably the original plan.
I'm trying to look what I'm trying to think of who's gonna actually like be the aggressor in this game. And strange enough, I actually think it's gonna be VP just because of their supports. I mean, Tusk, Earth Spirit, Elder Titan just seem to be by far the best 4s in the patch right now, and that with a Lich on top of it, like this is one of my favorite support combos in the game. You're so strong in the laning phase, roaming, and team fights later on. And even though Bat outmatches a TB in the lane, when you have these two supports, I mean, any core can be protected. And
they are looking to go again. Rio kind of knows it's coming. That's why he's sticking napalming over the tree line, trying to keep tabs on where Roger's moving. Because it does kind of buff up Ramses every... okay, yeah. They found Ninja Boogie. Walk up, turn on the tag team, and Ramses very happy to pop the Metamorphosis just to find the instant kill, while no one is diving heavily underneath the tier 1 tower in the mid. And they're still prompt TP support. He's got Nether Blast and Decrepify available. Gabby is very, very low. So the Nether Blast is out trying to take the creep wave, but Gabby just plays the distance game. Jumps back in, then Ninja Boogie takes the kill with a Shadow Wave. This bottom lane also seems kind of stupid. One walks in and burns the Whirling Death. The other then walks up, hits the Anchor Smash. No one does any damage anymore. But up on top lane, once again the combination's out. That Frost Shield from Lich, always the front liner. Metamorphosis wears out, and VP will back off.
And this is a repeat of the original series we saw, where you have one offlaner.
Tim's dead, actually. Like they're battling for the 5-minute runes again, and it's Roger and Solo doing it just as a duo.
Yep. And VP just ahead in all 3 lanes. Not just that, but Rior has just got no game. Level 3, sure, but he has no real last hits. He's gonna be running around with Tranquil Boots pretty soon, but then what? And in the meantime, mid lane, look at that mid tower. It's already below half HP.
You're against a Pugna. And Gabby can't harass him out. He always requires support, and that's where the Magnus is meant to come in. But this Magnus is still, he's level 2, 5.5 minutes in. He's got no space, but with a haste rune, they've already got the slow on no one. He's going to dodge the skewer. Can't do it, however. Pull back in, but Decrepify Dre just killing off the Phantom Assassin and getting all the life back to survive. Another Nether Blast out. Ninja Boogie, no Shadow Wave available. And even Tuskar begins his TP in, which forces TNC to back off. And they killed the Batrider on top lane while that was going on.
He didn't use Blur on Gabby. And he just died.
Unseen, but not unskilled.
Yeah. The hands go up in the air for everyone out there who doesn't have vision cam on Kyle.
I mean, I feel like no one is one of the few players who's going to be able to make that play, but at the same time, you got to kind of see that coming. I think that if Gabby, I thought Gabby was baiting with the Blur, and I'm like, oh, this is cute, you know, they're going to guarantee the kill on Pugna, but no. Unfortunately, no one picks that up, and he still has staying power in the lane, too. Up top, Terrorblade. I'd like to see Tim's get aggressive here. You have the Invis rune, and it's Bat versus TB. If you can keep those stacks up, Terrorblade will die, but got to be cautious.
He saw him.
5 stacks.
Tim's walked in range of the tower's detection.
This is a kill if you dive. Where's Tim's?
Well, he's coming over now. He backed off to put down an observer ward, but man, Batrider's had to go so far now. Tag team Roger. He knows how deep Batrider is in, and a level 1 Gush takes away all of the movement speed. Solo wants to try and keep on top of Tim's. Don't let him just skewer away. He'll take Solo with him, but the snowball had already begun from Roger. Tim's will run to the Roshan pit. Difficult to survive. The Nether Blast from no one will probably ensure the kill and make sure that Roshan doesn't do anything, even though that slam was close. It's still 9-3, and Virtus.pro, they are just playing everywhere around TNC, but there's one lane.
Yep.
One lane for TNC that's rocking it, and that is on bottom lane. The Timbersaw, he is the highest net worth on the board at the moment. But that won't stop Ramses and Solo from just stealing the life of Tims, killing him underneath the tower. Armel's able to finish off his own TP out. He actually went to the top lane. All that life got drained out by the Pugna, which is why Armel is already in retreat and burning his wand charges.
This is the right move from VP. They do a great job of making sure that their heroes are matched up properly throughout the entire game. And this critical part where you swap from the early to the mid game is you got to make moves like this. You have to recognize, hey, we can't deal with Timber. Only the Pugna can. He TP's down. Now all of a sudden, Timber goes from hitting your tier 2 to being relatively ineffective up top in the safe lane, just trading with the Timber.
They're going to try and fight again. Terrorblade doesn't have Sunder Revival. The damage from Armel got pulled too far away and put too many points in reactive armor in order, like, just not having the damage output to kill Terrorblade with one swing.
Yeah, when you play against Timbers nowadays, you got to just try and avoid them. Keep them hemmed into the side of the map that you're least concerned with, and right now, that's going to be your safe lane.
Tims is dead. Ravage burn from Pasha. There's so much damage. Anchor smash plus the gush. The Magnus just has no life to survive this, you'd think. The Mammoth would be strong. Roger's on the run away from Armel. Easy dodge of the Chakra. Mid tower also gets taken down while that's going on. Gabby, Tims, and Boogie not finding any kind of real defense for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I like this though. Roger, like, you can't contest Timber, but he stops him for a wave. He gets a bit of experience, and now look who's back.
Yep, no one. Decrepify, Drain. He's got Timber Chain available and is able to get out to the trees.
Yep. This is really smart from no one. Just keep following around this Timbersaw. Don't let him get a free game. And there's a tower here, so you're fine just continuing to chase and pressure. They have good vision behind the tower as well. This is the dream for VP. They already got the mid tower. Mid lane though, Roger in some trouble.
Yep, yeah, to Snowball. He's going to the range creep. Ninja Boogie will stay with him. That's with a soul and double damage rune. Actually trying to shard block out Tims. Didn't work the way he hoped it would. Now Phantom Assassin rotates over. They want this kill on Gabby, and they're able to claim it as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Rune spawning in just a moment.
It's another drain attack. Timber actually faking his Timber Chain. Not wanting to commit it just to pure defensively.
VP with a 4K gold lead already. Really subtle. I feel like a big part of that is just Batrider, who's currently below Roger in net worth. Really suffering, and just a product of that super strong tri-lane from VP. Not much Reor can do, but casually farm the jungle. And after all the nerfs Batrider's taken the last 2.5 years, this is just not where you want to be. He is very much a hero that has to snowball and have a dominant laning phase, or you just look like a creep.
TNC does have a good advantage, and that's the Dire Observer Ward that's up on top lane. Has been watching all the movement of Virtus.pro, so things like this where Timbersaw walks into the lane, he's okay with it. Like, they already know how much backup is behind him. They know there's 3 heroes. They know they cannot kill the Timber by themselves, especially while Ravage is down. In 17 seconds, they'll be back up. And with the arrival of Tuskar, it's a little bit more dangerous. More control against the Timbersaw. They found a good target in Solo. Stifling Dagger. He'll quickly Frost Shield as a level 3. And with the Reflect, TNC not feeling like they can engage, but up on top lane. The tower continues to be pressured. Solo will die to Gabby. And they're really TPing in hard. The defense of the top tier 2 tower. Paramount for TNC. A good Chakram into the back lines, but no one, again, stealing that life out of the Timbersaw. Forced him to retreat for half a second, but that doesn't stop the rest of TNC pushing forward. Pasha with a good Ravage. No one as well as Pasha able to complete their TP out. Roger will not be as lucky. But a big defensive Ravage is at least able to save the life of 2 cores.
Yeah, that was well worth it. Yeah, you don't find kills, but to your point, when you save 2 heroes, it's like -2 kills, which is kind of like getting the kills, right?
Sure.
Math wasn't my strong suit, but we'll call it a plus.
It's by taking advantage or not giving advantage.
Indeed.
That's what you're going with.
I like this Aether Lens on the Pugna. No one gonna skill the health talent as well. Standard stuff. Looks like Ramses is going to go for the Manta, which you just need to do in a game against a Bat Rider. You have to have multiple methods of cleansing yourself of stickies. And I fear for Rior in this game, man. Already faced with a tall task, coming into ring for Cuckoo, unable to attend the event. And he had a very grim game in the first one of the series. Just kind of a non-factor in power bot. And now he's in a position where you have no game impact yet. And all you can really do is farm.
You just wait it out, right? Like, we have to remember this is a Magnus PA lineup. No matter what point of the game you get, this lineup still works really, really well. You just need a couple of stacks, which they have prepped up a lot. As long as Tim doesn't die to the Ancients again. All they need is, yeah, Dazzle can walk over and let Gabby take the quad stack of Ancients.
I love this move, though. They sniffed out those Ancients. They have an idea what's going on, and they're just going to walk straight into the pit. And this is why I think they love this Tidehunter. He's always getting a blast. This game going for the Medallion as well. We saw this in the game they played, Game 3 against eHome. It's so much minus armor, and you're just so strong. Your team fight presence by just waddling in as a watermelon.
Oh, Timber. He's going to throw the Chakra Midas right on top of Roshan. Radiant will still get the last hit on Roshan, and Ramses will have the Aegis, the Immortal. But the trade-off is there's a lot of money coming into the Phantom Assassin, and she is trying to complete up the Desolator before the next fight. This is hard. Still short a fair chunk of cash.
No one on TNC really having the greatest time. And this is, I think, more of a support disparity than anything else, because we've seen Tusk involved in 9 kills, Lich involved in 8. Whereas you look at the side of TNC, Dazzle and Mag, like, how do you get involved? How do you make moves around the map in a game like this? It's just really not possible. And it's part of the reason we see Tusk banned quite often.
Yeah, Magnus is basically just a buff. That's all he is.
Well, did Tusk in the minor, didn't he have like 100% contest ratio? I want to say he
was pretty close. Like, he was very high up there. Well, Skewer over towards mid. This is the real Ramses as well. Remember, Sunder is available, and he has the Aegis Immortal, so they'll commit the RP. Sunder will not come off, but now the rest of Virtus Pro are coming over. So RP burned, but the Terror Blade does have to lose his Aegis of the Immortal. The trade-off from Virtus Pro is going to try and be the bottom towers. Yep. They're already creep skipping it out. Armel's looking for his own revenge up on top, but there's a Timbersaw trying to push buildings against a Pugner. He is so slow in comparison.
Yeah, man, this another way to deal with the Timber. Just ignore him. You've already slowed him down. You stopped him from snowballing thanks to the rotations of no one, and now you just walk down lanes as 5. But
going after Ramses, he's still got Sunder, and they don't have a stun available, so Ramses can just steal that life. Of course, at the same time, one charge from PA, not to mention the crits. They work through this Terror Blade real fast. Keep in mind that was before the Desolator even arrived onto the Templar Assassin. You're getting that damage on bottom lane. A skewer out from Magnus. Ravage will pop. It will connect over on 2. But at the same time, you kind of already have the lasso on Solo. Chain Frost is available. Ninja Boogie, he'll Shallow Grave and stay a little alive a little longer. While the Chain Frost, Armel and Bat Rider, they cop the primary brunt of that attack. And Timbersaw can chain herself away as Phantom Assassin just wants to run out, blurred up. Gonna find no one. And if he really wants to try and take this fight, there's no one. Okay, up he'll go. Solo will move over. Level 4 Frost Shield makes it difficult. Ninja Boogie's already down. A blink forward. Gabby, he'll crip through no one and try and find a little bit more damage. Nope, he'll try and TP out and then die. Ninja Boogie TP'd in, but it's a little too late to help his teammate.
The one issue with this full aggro build from no one, he's got the Aether Dagon, sure, but only 6 armor when he's away from that Tidehunter plus 4 Vlads, and PA represents a ton of minus armor at the moment. This is before the -3 armor talent, so you're going to more than negative when you're bad at Dazzle.
Well, their Observer was just so good for Virtus Pro. 2 aggressive ones on the hill and on the side, allowing them all the information they require to try and take this fight. Maybe against the Timbersaw it's a little bit more difficult.
Nice spear.
Ninja Boogie will finally go tick count from Roger, and RP catches through, but there's no follow-up to this. It's like watching a black hole with no other heroes around. It's just disappointing.
That's just typical VP Dota 2. There's still 5 guys.
Yep.
There's no lasso anymore. Your Timbersaw, while he is tanky, not really much damage output just yet. And you can see that was a great fear timing, or not fear, sinister gaze from Solo's Lich, because he interrupts the Timber Chain, which means that they have now another 4 seconds with which to deal maximum DPS. And they just walk up the high ground. They still got meta.
Why not? Why not indeed? Meta will now time out. Ramsey's backed up with a real hero, but with Dazzle still being dead for 4 seconds, they know they can take the tower and then potentially back out. 23 seconds till Ravage is up, but they look for the fight and said Timbersaw. How quickly did they just kill him? A buyback comes down from the Timber. Lasso pulling Terrorblade back almost to tier 4 towers. The hump breaking free as the Frost shields are up. Ramsey tries to dodge out with the Mana Style. Still got some one-shotters and Sunder available, removing the life of Ninja Boogie and putting it back into himself.
Ravage,
the melee ranks they haven't brought down just yet. Ravage, you're right. Parcher, he's baiting it. He wants TNC to come a little bit further forward. While Dazzle is down, there's no saving grace for them. VP will push this issue. While there's no RP, that it is Virtus Pro with that big power. Gabby, you'll go in deep, and now Pasha, the Ravage, it hits all 4 remaining TNC alive players. And Timbersaw, he'll chain himself away. PA will buy back, and now they force back. TNC looking for their own kills, but the drain from no one, pulling it out of the PA, and the Dagon to find the kill. TNC, and VP just want to go to the next game. They want this done quick and dirty, and it looks like they're going to get this. Another buyback, this one out from the Magnus. They've committed almost every single one, only Batrider hasn't bought back in the last 2-3 minutes. But Timbersaw, does he have enough? They'll snowball forward, punch him and flip him. Timbersaw chains on down, they got a quick Decrepify out, but Pugnet's already gone. And Armel will complete his TP away to safety.
VP are just so good at this in and out style of fighting. I love watching them play when they have heroes like Pugna, Terrorblade, Tusk, where you can just immediately go from defensive to offensive. Like, they just continuously bait TNC into poor positions and immediately blow up the core they want to target. That was 2 deaths on the PA, a death on the Timber, what was it, I think 2 on the Bat?
Ramsey, Roger is actually able to delay this fight so long. He snowballed to remove so many of the sticky napalm stacks that were prepared by the Batrider, but it bought time for Terrorblade to TP into the shrine and then just walk over, while Pasha with a haste rune will chase the Batrider around the cliffside. Ramsey will arrive as well, but he couldn't keep the damage in, so a blink away for Batrider will save his life. But this happens around the 20-minute mark, so bounty runes are up. Armel's rotating both the top. It'll be a 50-50 trade.
What's going on with games, man? Is this the patch? Is this today? Because they were fast at the minor, but it's 20 minutes, and it just feels like we're already in the late game.
Yep. This is turbo mode, right?
It kinda.
But better.
I mean, there was a lot more gold added into the game. When you consider that all of a sudden Denies went from 25% XP to you to 25% gold. Stacks as well being buffed to give more gold to the stack E, or stacker, when the stack E clears them.
It's about increasing the speed of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, if things do really go late game, they're still going to be very entertaining. But it's a lot more of a rare occurrence, and the teams, they're finding better ways to do it. Like, VP are forcing this issue so hard. Ether lands on Pugna with a level 2 Dagon. He's even gone for a plate mail, so they can't just cut through him, which is what the Phantom Assassin wants to do. So he's even got his own sustain, and well, another good push from Virtus Pro, and TNC will be on the ropes. 4 heroes, everyone but Batrider used their buyback to defend against the last aggression of Virtus Pro.
And I don't see that aggression stopping anytime soon.
Yep.
Roshan
smoked up looking for a fight.
Roche can spawn at any moment. 2:40 actually is going to be the official time. The teams don't know that, of course, so I expect VP, yeah, you want to get aggressive, but you've already cleared the bottom shrine. I think you take top shrines, secure the map, look for next Roche. You know how far ahead you are.
Oh,
another
one. Well, when you got them to burn and you're looking for kills, draw the line around the mid.
This is cool though. They're just backing up their Terrorblade. The 4-in-1 smoke, the VP special. They always leave one guy showing in the lane.
These sentry wars down from TNC are always in range of any observer or the Virtus Pro's putting down.
Look at this, though.
But they may not care. They'll just go up.
Yeah, PA, though, he sees this DD rune up top, and he's blurred. He's going to grab it and immediately look to go towards mid. This is what TNC needs to have a prayer in this fight. And one big RP, you never know, could change their fate.
But the PA's not... Actually, the PA isn't powered up. She's actually taking the creep wave behind him. Trying to remove it so the backdoor protection does kick in. The Terrorblade just goes up, and there's one creep that's still alive that allows him to finish off the range racks. PA, gonna need a fresher power. There it comes in. But where's your attack? Another smoke coming in from TNC. This one's in the back line, trying to keep the Dazzle out of vision, but the Ravage popped out by the Tidehunter. Batrider instantly bites back, but then again, the Sunder has changed the life with the Timbersaw, so Ramsey's still fighting strong, but that's why Gabby jumps in, looking for the kill, making the most of the DD, has to go into the blur. There's no detection on him, now he'll break free of it. Quite visible to prep to find the Thunder to try to find a little bit of safety as the Lich Chain Frost will not bounce more than twice. Virtus Pro going to retreat, but they got what they wanted. The mid-racks is gone, and somehow Roger just TPs out in front of the fountain, so sure.
I'm not sure what their last pick should be in this scenario as TNC, but I'm pretty sure it's not bad. It's just such a hard hero to play into Tide, not to mention the Pugna. Like, he can't even Firefly when in range of the Nether Warder. He's going to cancel his own blink, and it just... He exploded.
Yep.
They didn't even need to Ravage. I don't think he was going to survive another second. Scotty on the Terrorblade. Roshan is about to spawn. 20 seconds away. 2 racks advantage. And I think VP may have learned a bit from their match against eHome. I don't expect them to let a team survive for as long as they did in that game 3.
Yeah. They have to push it. They have to push it hard. At the same time, though, TNC thinks a lot about themselves, too. They're already 1 game up, so even if VP do win this, it's still only going to tie this series. And it looks like Virtus Pro, they're not caring about Roshan, who is alive. They 4-man smoke up and have Terrorblade push into the tier 2 tower on top. But there's a trade-off. TNC are taking the mid-tier 1, and Magnus was trying to push the tier 2 tower on bottom. But they're not in position ready to fight just yet. The push is already coming in from Virtus Pro. Terrorblade doesn't have Metamorphosis for 10 seconds, so he doesn't really care too much. He just push it. And with the Sinister Gaze, Armel, defensive Yule Scepter, will buy him a little bit of time. Ninja Boogie's nearby too. Shallow Grave, he will pop it off, even though Timbersaw will be alive with Batrider, the lasso, but the Chain Frost. Riora just cannot survive this, dead for so long. This is the big death timer, thanks to the buybacks from previous times. Magnus, what do you want to do? You Shockwave, all he can do is skewer into RP, but RP's down for 10 seconds, and even under this BKB protection, the Skadi of Ramses slows down the Phantom Assassin, so she cannot stay aggressive and attacking into Virtus Pro.
Not much to say on this one, Toby. There's no Batrider, there's no real initiation. Pugna walking around with the plate mail now.
I think you can say GG.
Oh, yeah.
Even the blink from Pasha, he'll end this with a 4-man Ravage. You can RP and skewer the back end, but once you call GG, there is no going back. Virtus Pro will level the series up 1 apiece, and it kind of almost felt like we just had an extra 5 minutes in that game, which wasn't even necessary.